Hello everyone, welcome. Danny Garola here with Stampin' the Pink Barn, coming to you from a beautiful, dreary, and rainy Tucson, Arizona. I am loving the weather that we are having right now. I know there have been quite a few folks around who are not liking this rain, but it is so my thing. I love the rain in the desert. Hello, Pecky. Hello, Frida. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Denise. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for popping in here. So yeah, it has just been, yesterday we had quite a bit of rain. It rained all afternoon and into the evening. Today, we've had a couple of spotty rains off and on. I can tell you that the clouds are building up right now, and it is getting ready to probably rain this evening. Hello, Marcia. Hello, Linda. Hello, Briar. And I am probably not even saying your name right, but I'm trying. You know who you are. Yeah, so the plants have definitely gotten a good soaking. This is supposed to go through, I believe, until tomorrow afternoonish, evening. So it's wonderful. Loving it. And I'm sure the plants are all loving it as well. So what was my news? Oh, so tomorrow I get to go to the dentist, which is always fun. Not. And then next week, my husband's birthday is coming up, so I am trying to decide what I want to do for his birthday. It's not a, big birthday or anything like that, but I'm always busy getting the kids' birthdays, taken care of when it's their birthday. I feel it's very important for kids' birthdays to be kind of a big deal and to celebrate them. And I always kind of forget because January is not good for me because it's right after the holidays. So I always kind of forget to do something big for his birthday. And I ordered his birthday presents because normally I'm doing it the day before and then it never comes on time. He's got a dentist appointment the day after his birthday, and then my son has an actual doctor's appointment on his birthday. So I'm like, oh my goodness, all these doctor's appointments coming up. So I think I have kind of come to the conclusion about what is going on with as you guys know, I had that weird spell a couple months back, and I had to go to the hospital, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, yesterday and kind of this morning was kind of bad. I feel like I'm possibly getting migraines. I've never ever had a migraine in my life. Never even knew that I could get them or whatnot. But yesterday, I woke up. I gave my daughter a bath. I just kind of was doing my normal thing. And then all of a sudden, I got very, very nauseous and very lightheaded, very dizzy. And I just kind of was like, whoa, something is up here. The base of my neck was killing me. The back of my neck was just throbbing. And so I sat down and I just was like, okay, I need to take a couple of good deep breaths and just focus in on how I'm feeling. I took my blood pressure. I realized that my blood pressure was elevated, and it said that it was slightly elevated. So if it persisted, that I needed to contact my doctor. I think all of it is due to my low iron deficiency. I have realized that when it is my monthly, I have really been kind of watching things. I do need to get a hold of the doctor because they want me to go in and have an ablation done. But with that, it sounds like pain. And I'm a big chicken when it comes to pain. So I always put those things off as far as I can. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Susan. Hello, Rhea. Hello, Deborah. Welcome, you guys. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Lynn. Thank you guys so much for coming in here. It has been, one of those things that I've just been really kind of focusing in on when I start feeling this way, because it's been kind of like that the last couple of days. And so I started taking my iron again. Today I do feel quite a bit better. I did go and lay down a little bit this afternoon. Not because it was just more of like the residual from yesterday. So I had called my mom and I said, I'm really feeling that weird thing again. Luckily this time, hello Sheila. Luckily this time I did not feel, hello Kim. I didn't get the orbs in my eye and my arm didn't go numb this time. And I didn't have any slurring of my speech. I wasn't forgetting things that are, normal conversation things for me. So I think I might have caught it ahead of time and I was kind of more aware. And so my mom had told me, she goes, what you need to do is you need to start making a journal of what you're feeling, when it's happening. And, if you are on your monthly or anything like that, write everything down, because then knowing the different things that are going on, we could probably narrow it down. So I had said that I had started taking my iron again. The other thing that is new that I have started doing is we started seeing a chiropractor. I'm kind of conflicted with it. I don't know, because when he cracks my neck, it sounds like a car accident. It's crazy. It is just cracking all the way up. Now, maybe that's a good thing, but I'm telling you, I've always heard that after you go and have that done, it's like a relief of pain. Well, for me, it's not really relieving the pain. It's actually kind of making more pain. And maybe that's just because I've gone so long without having any kind of adjustment that now that I am having the adjustment, things are now being moved around. And maybe that's what's causing the pain. I don't know. Yes, ablation. We've had this conversation before, and I know you guys were all telling me go in and have it done. And from what I'm hearing from, many people who have had it done, it's really not a big deal. It's, one day you have it done, you come home and you're fine. The next day you're back to your normal daily life. But I'm always scared that I'm going to be the one that I'm going to have severe pain with it. And because of knowing what all I have to do with my daughter, I can't be down that long. So it's just, I psych myself up for these stupid things where I just need to have it done. I will feel so much better once it's done, and I will thank myself for doing it. My body will thank me for doing it. But it's the stepping up over that curb that just takes me a while. I stand there and I stare at it and I ponder, and yeah. So I will get in and I will get it done. And obviously you guys are all telling me that it is the way to go. And so obviously a lot of you guys have had it done, and it's really probably, again, not as bad as I'm thinking it is. I'm just a chicken. So that's that. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're all enjoying Sale-A-Bration right now. Actually tonight I am going to be sharing the, it's a combo. It is the Softly Sophisticated little bundle here. This is a level 2 in our Sale-A-Brations, and I will show you more of that when we get you guys flipped around. It is a beautiful set, and I love that they have done the combo of the embossing folder and the stamp set. It really goes well together. Not only that, I have been finding so many other ways of using this embossing folder. Last week I did the Be My Valentine. I actually used it on one of the cards for that, just because I'm loving this embossing folder. And I'm not a huge embossing folder person, but I am loving that. Did you initially tell them the episode? I think I did. And I think that's why I told him why I was kind of there. And I had told him about 2 years ago, I was in a car accident and the girl rear-ended me and my face smacked the steering wheel. And I know that jarred a lot of things. I wasn't able to get into the doctor because I went to the emergency room and they weren't able to get me in, and I was freezing because I was in so much pain with my neck that I actually left, went home, and then went in and saw my primary care doctor the next day. So it was one of those things that I probably waited too long to get in and see them. But, you know, with a chiropractor, I think because of the way chiropractic is seen is that it's good for everybody. And I am, you know, I'm a total believer in the chiropractic practice. I used to see them as a kid. It's just been a long time since I did see them. Before, I used to do more of the pressure point chiropractic, and this time I am having more of the popping part done. So these things are all going off, all these machines around me. It's kind of funny. So I more or less signed up because my son needed to see a chiropractor because he's been having a really, really weird thing going on with his foot and his leg. Now, I don't know if it is something that he may have had happen when he was in track and field, when he was in high school, in public school, and I don't know if he had injured his foot, but now he is having all these reoccurring things happening, and it is at night. He almost gets like restless leg syndrome, but it's only in one leg and it's towards his ankle and his foot. So when he goes to the chiropractor and they adjust his foot and push some pressure points and stuff, he's good for like 2 or 3 days. So I figured I go in with him and I sit there with him, so I might as well get adjusted too. So that's kind of why I jumped down that rabbit hole. So I don't know. I think I do need to talk to the chiropractor again though and let him know that when he does the adjustment to just not deal with my neck right now. He does ask, you know, are you dealing with any kind of migraines or anything like that? And I never have. But because of all the symptoms that I was explaining yesterday to my mom, she goes, you know what? She goes, that it sounds like exactly what I used to get when my migraines first started happening. So I'm like, oh, good Lord. So I don't know. It could be, it could not be. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way my body is and it's just called getting old. Because that's a thing. Your body starts telling you, lady, you're getting old. And here, whammo bammo, here's your present for that. So I don't know. Hello, Karen. So I'm going to get you guys flipped around. Enough of all that, that yuckness. We're going to get to these beautiful cards. We're going to get to our giveaways. And yeah, let me get you guys flipped around. I had my mom make me a wonderful cup of coffee because she's got a fabulous coffee maker, and it makes like these cappuccinos with these whip stuff on the top, and it's just delish. And she sprinkles it with like cinnamon and sugar. It's so tasty. All right, I think, oops, I am very crooked here. I think we are good, and you guys can see, well, let me move this back because you guys don't want to stare at my feet or my lap. I think if I move you guys down a little bit more, that might be better. There we go. Is that good? I think we're good. Yep. All right, that looks straight. Everything looks good. Okay, so for the month of February, for our February paper pumpkin, it did start on January 11th and it goes through February 10th. This is called the Sweet Springtime Paper Pumpkin. This is going to celebrate Easter and spring with adorable cards and treat boxes. It's going to make 9 projects, 3 each of 3 designs. Projects include printed cards, coordinating envelopes and gift boxes, pre-cut paper pieces, baker's twine and embellishments. Coordinating colors are petal pink, daffodil delight, granny apple green, berry burst, early espresso, and the Stampin' spot that comes in this month's kit is the crumb cake. So very, very cool. I'm really excited for this because it gives me kind of a jump start on the Easter cards. My niece, her birthday is, I believe, the day before I always screw it up, but the day before Easter, so that I can send her a cute little card. I did get this in my package the other day. This Thursday, I will be doing the alternatives for my lovely lavender kit that came in the mail. So I'll be showing this then. So this is the Love of Spring die add-on. So this is going to give you these 4 dies. This is available in my online store. So you would just go up to the search and you could type in the Love of Spring dies. And I was seeing if it had the code on here, but it doesn't. These coordinate with the quarters paper pumpkins. So it's going to coordinate with the January, the February, and the March paper pumpkin kit. So I love that they have changed things up for 2024 to now show us a sneak peek of each quarter's paper pumpkins. And they are now doing a add-on that will go with all 3 kits as well. So that's kind of cool. Now, remember that we are in the full swing of our celebrations. And that being said, celebrations is the best time to buy your prepaid paper pumpkin subscriptions. So if you purchase a 3-month paper pumpkin subscription, you're going to get one level 1 of our celebrations items. If you purchase the 6-month subscription, you're going to get 2 level 1s or 1 level 2. I know that's very confusing sounding. If you purchase the 12-month subscription, which would take care of a full year for you, and then a lot of people choose this one. There's a couple of extra perks that go with this 12-month subscription. Not only does it give you the 12-month subscription, you're going to get 4 level 1 celebrations items or 2 level 2. And again, I was telling you guys that the Softly Sophisticated stamp set and the embossing folder come together as a bundle as a level 2. I will show you that in the catalog in just a few moments. And then on top of that, because your order was over $150, you're going to get $24.30 in Stampin' rewards. You can use those on any product in our catalogs, online, exclusives, anything that can be purchased, you can use your $24.30. You can even use it in our clearance section of our online store as well. The only thing you cannot do is you cannot buy celebrations items. They cannot be buyed. They cannot be buyed. They cannot be bought. They can only be earned. So just to let you know that. Hello, Becky. All right. And there is still time for you guys to put in your cards for mystery stamping. There is the replay here on my Facebook page. You can also find it over on YouTube. It's on my blog as well. Then you can read all about what mystery stamping is. You have until Tuesday, the 24th to submit your card, and you're going to submit that at Pink Barn Stampers. If you go to my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com, you will be able to read all about that. There is a direct link in there to take you right to that group of mine, and you'll see the card that I have completed when you watch that video, and you'll add it right to that. I am loving seeing your guys' cards. I'm so happy to see so many of you guys joining this month. It was a really fun card and very easy. And that's what I try to stick with every month, is to show you guys an easy layout for a card that you can create on your own. And just to kind of get us to use up our product that we have that is just kind of sitting around and we're always so reluctant to use. This way we get our products being used. Oh, perfect. Your mystery stamping card is for your brother's birthday. See, excellent. You needed to make a card for your brother anyways, and that got you entered into the giveaway for those fabulous prizes. All right, so the celebration, that's what I was just telling you guys about. We're going to be using the Softly Sophisticated bundle. This is a level 2. So when you make a purchase of $100, you can get this as your free. Now, level 1 items are going to be these little red blip things like this that show you that once you place $50, you can earn these as your freebies. But we are going to have fun with Softly Sophisticated. Also, I want you guys to know that right now we have a excellent join promotion going on during celebrations. So this is awesome. Right now, when you join the team, so if you know you're going to place an order of $100 or more, I highly recommend you guys joining my team. There are so many perks to joining my team. Not only do you get a fabulous array of product, you also get a wonderful discount. You also get to have so much more going on than just stamping by yourself. If you're tired of stamping alone, this is the way to do it. We have, hello, Karen. We have so many wonderful things going on in our team. Giveaways all the time. We have challenges. You also get a basic membership to Stamp Happy Academy, which gives you 3 PDFs a month that you can go in and look at to use your product in many different ways. There's just so much to being on a team that is so active and has a team party or a team meeting. It's kind of a party. It's not just a meeting. We do have, there's mystery stamping with that as well. We also have the swaps that we do. We have a virtual swap. We also have a mailing swap. So there's so many things that you can become a part of. Now, I get the question all the time, I don't have time for a business. Just know that probably 90% of most people who do the join promotion never do it as a business. We call you discount shoppers because you are joining a wonderful team and using the discount towards your advantage. And it's wonderful because you're going to be buying those products anyway, so why not get a discount on them? That's the way I see it. And that's what I originally signed up for, was to just be a discount shopper. And then I wanted to share these fabulous products with people. So that's where I then took it to the business side of it. So you do whatever you want with being a demonstrator. There is no judgment at all. So right now, when you join the team, you get to pick 2 different options. You can pick the option number 1, which is the glass mat with the silicone mat and the cleaning cloth. Hello, Kay. Or option number 2 is you get to pick additional $30 on top of your already $125 choosing of products. So that will give you, instead of choosing the $125 like we normally have, you get to pick $155 worth of product and still only pay $99 for that join. You're going to get catalogs. You're going to get a paper pumpkin. You're going to get to pick $125, or if you pick option 2, you're going to get to pick $155, or if you pick option 1, you're going to get that huge glass mat that I've showed you, and here's my little cleaning cloth. I use mine all the time. And then it comes with this rubber mat, so that is the silicone mat that you can place your stamp pads and stuff in to keep them tidy. So you get to pick either one of those. And so the good thing is with joining the team and getting all those catalogs, now you have catalogs to disperse to your family and friends. So you never know which one of your family and friends might just be a customer of yours and you didn't even think you were going to be a businesswoman or man, whatever. So it's just that easy. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. My blog is my email is stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com, or you can simply message me here on Facebook. I will contact you and we can talk about it. If you want to read about what it's all about, you can go over to my blog, and if you go to promotions, and you will see, it will say the Celebrations 2024 and Join Special. That you will click on, and then as you scroll down and read through that, you will read all the wonderful things that joining my team has to offer for you. All right, you guys, let's get to our giveaways for last week. All right, so this beautiful card here, this was using that Be My Valentine. I keep freezing up on you. Well, I don't know what is going on. Maybe it is because we do have a lot of cloud coverage. That could be one of the reasons. I don't see it freezing up on my other screen, but that doesn't always mean anything. I know weather has been wonky all over the country, so that could be a very serious thing for all of us. So it could be a combo of yours and mine. Well, see, Wendy's having issues with hers too. Huh. Well, dang it. Hopefully it holds tight with me. If it bothers you too much, please know that you can always watch the replay. And normally the replay doesn't, for some reason, even though it skips during the lives, for some reason, if you watch the replay, there's no skipping. I don't get it. I don't understand because it's recording. So I don't have any idea. So this was the card. We used the Be My Valentine. So this beautiful card right here, we used the little bee body and did some floral images on this. This is going to go for liking last week's video. So when you throw up those little thumbs or throw me up some little hearts, that gets you entered into the drawing for one of the cards that we make for the week. This is going to go to Miss Marcia. Marcia, this is coming your way. So the inside says, you'll always be the one for me. So Marcia Lynn, this is going to be coming to you for liking last week's video. And then for commenting, so come in, let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know what your weather's like because I'm kind of a weather geek and I like to know what everybody's weather is like where you live. This one here, it says, you make my heart buzz. And we've got the cute little bee on here. You're as sweet as honey. This is going to go to Debbie Cox for commenting on last week's video. So this cutie is coming to Debbie. And then when you come in here, I would really, really appreciate it if you hit that share arrow down at the bottom. There's a little white arrow that is going to point to the comment section. But just when you click that, it is going to bring up another little half screen there. It's going to give you you can say something about this video if you want, or you can just hit the little blue share now, and that's going to share that to your news feed. Then when you come back, come in and say shared in that comment section so I can see and I can enter you into the drawing for sharing this video for me. All right, so for sharing last week for me, this is the By the Bay 6x6 Specialty Designer Series paper. This is a pack of that. And then I have quite a few of these little rhinestone waves. I did use a few in here, but not enough that it's going to, affect this. But I figured I'm not going to use these anymore, so I would like to gift them to someone. So these coordinate beautifully together. This is going to go to Miss Linda Jackmastall. So Linda, this is going to be coming your way. Thank you guys so much for sharing my videos. You guys have no idea how much that helps me, keep my business going. Okay, now let's get into the cards that we are going to be making. So for tonight's Make It Monday, we are using the Softly Sophisticated, which is the bundle that I was telling you guys about. It is also back here on page number 14. You will find it here. It is the 2 products that you see here. It has the embossing folder and the 2-part stamp set. When I say 2-part stamp set, that means that you have these really neat leaf stems and then the floral images stamp inside of those, so you could do them in 2 different colors if you like. It also has 3 amazing little sentiments in here. Hello there, you're in my thoughts, and I really appreciate you. I love the font also of this. And then this is a
for tomorrow.
This is the
with a high of 59 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 49
I've got to have her
degrees.
reset the time of that thing. This is the embossing folder, and it is the 3D embossing folder, so it really gives a deep, deep impression. It is a wonderful embossing folder. Your kit will come to you. So the way that it works is when you spend $35 or more in my online store and you must use my host code, you will get this beautiful kit of the 3 cards that I'm going to be making tonight in the mail as a thank you gift for shopping with me. So your kit will come like this. You'll have all 3 of your cards. I do place each one of the items that you need for each card inside of the envelope so you can have them already, you know, separated, because God only knows if I was to put it all together, nobody would figure out what was going on. You're also going to get a PDF with your cards so you know how to put them together. I also put a link on the PDF that you can go over to my blog and you can watch the replay video there as well, because myself, I'm a very visual person, so I could read a PDF all day long and I may not understand it, but once I see somebody do it, then I can figure it out. I gotta turn this fan on. There we go. Whew, starting to have a hot flash. So yes, these kits are wonderful. I do include any kind of, like with the 3 cards that we're using tonight, we're going to be using 3 different ribbons. So I will include your length of ribbon that you need inside of your card kit when it comes to you. The only thing that I do not include in there is I do not include any of the embellishments, any of the rhinestones or stuff like that. I know you guys probably have a lot of those around that you can just stick any kind of embellishments to it, or maybe you don't even like the things. So, yep, just to let you guys know how that works. All right, so for card number 1, the first card that we're going to make is this beautiful card right here. And I have used some Wink of Stella on the floral image here on those beautiful little flowers. So let's get to this card. If you ever lose your PDFs for the cards that I have sent you, please know that on my blog, by the shopping list of each one of the cards in that week's blog post, you will see it say downloadable instructions. When you see that, click that and it will give you the instructions to that card that you can print off and then have them then as well. Okay, so let me get out all the goodies that we need here. And yes, you will get envelopes with that as well. Okay, so for our first card, the card base is Petal Pink. You're gonna find all the dimensions over on my blog tomorrow morning. So you can, if you already have all this product, you can recreate these cards. I love when you guys recreate my cards. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I have scored it at 4 1/4. That is my card base. Now this card does go landscape style. Then I have a piece of Petal Pink here, and I have ran this through that embossing folder. Now, one thing that I do want to let you guys know about this embossing folder is because it is very straight and geometric, when you lay this in there, I had to really try to lay it in there straight. Because I'm just kind of OCD like that. But if you get it like crooked too much, it will mess with your eyes when you look at the card. It'll make everything on your card look like it's crooked. So the cool thing is there is kind of straight lines that go along with these little dotted patterns here. So it's not too difficult to get your paper in there straight. But just, I mean, if it doesn't bother you, then you go with the flow. Me, I'm crazy like that, and I had to have it be straight because I had done one card and it was a little bit crooked and it was really messing with my eyes. It made me think that all my paper on my card was crooked, even though it wasn't. It was all lining up straight. It's just one of those things. Then the next piece that I have, this is a piece of the, this is the Simply Stippled This is, again, a Sale-A-Brations item. This is earned with a $50 purchase. This is a level 1. I have used the back side of the Pebbled Path flower piece. I'm just going with this right here to add just a hint of color to this. Okay, this is going to go just like so. So I'm going to kind of put that together just like this, but I want to put a piece of ribbon around this. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the black and white gingham ribbon here. I'm just going to see my length here and cut that. I probably did a little bit too long, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to lay this on here, and then I'm just gonna tape it. But first, what I'm gonna do is to hold these two pieces together. You can either use a scrap piece of paper and adhere these to it, or you can do what I'm gonna do right here, and I'm just going to, if I can get this tape to work with me, I'm just gonna use a piece of tape and hold these two together. Because nobody's gonna see the back side of it, so. Okay, then I'm just gonna take this and place this right along that seam. I did go a little long on that, but that's okay. Again, nobody's gonna see it. Oh, come on, thing. My tape is wanting to stick to everything but what I need it to. Okay, I'm just gonna take this and place that like that, and then I'm gonna take this end and pull it up, and what I'm doing is I'm just hiding that seam with the ribbon. Just like that. Okay, that's going to get adhered right to my card base. Get my glue booger off of there. So my mom called me this weekend, and she told me, she goes, hey, I just want you to know that you need to come over when you have a minute. And I was like, okay, what is she doing? Well, she's going to rearrange this whole craft room. Yeah, silly, silly woman. She wants more room and da-da-da-da-da. So now I will have to refigure out where everything's gonna be, because she's gonna move everything, and then I gotta then find it all over again. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do with that. I really like that kind of dark black with these pinks. I think it really is a pretty contrast with that. I also have a 1-inch scrap of the petal pink, and then I took a piece of white scrap and I used this beautiful, I'm loving this die set here. This is called the Thoughtful Expressions dies. Now, I think I had told you guys before that I was going to buy this die set all by itself, but because we get that 10% discount when we buy a bundled set, I decided to just go ahead and buy the whole bundle, because I do like this hummingbird. He is really kind of growing on me. Same with the floral images in this. But these two right here, do I have a craft room at my new house? I do. It's in my personal bedroom though, because since the house is smaller, I had to set up my stuff in my room. I was, prior, when we lived at the other house, I had my craft room set up in my daughter's room, so I could just shut the door when she was out with like my husband and whatnot. But now it's in my bedroom, and it's just kind of a tight space. And my mom has better internet over here, so that's why I do it over here. And she's got a big house, so they are, and it's in my mom's house, it's just my mom and my dad. So I come in here, I do these videos for you guys, and then I can go home, and then my family's loud because there's more people there. So with this set, I fell in love with these label nesting dies. These are my favorite. I'm really, like, all my cards, I am finding that I'm really using this. I still am going to my good old stylish shapes from time to time, but I think this is going to kind of be the new set that I'm going to go to. So what I did is I grabbed a scrap piece of paper and I am using the third from the largest. I'm going to die cut this really neat little image out from the label, or nesting label, whatever you want to call that, die. And then I get a beautiful little image just like this. Isn't that fun? And I like that it's not just round, it has some dimension to it. Okay, I'm also going to use my black Stays On because I want a really crisp image with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab the bigger of the two leaves right here. And my Stays On ink, and oh my goodness, I love me the smell of Stays On ink. I don't know, it reminds me of like an almond smell. Almond oil, I think is what it is. Okay, I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to very quickly stamp this on here kind of at an angle. And then pull that off so it doesn't rip my paper like it just did. So let's try to do this again. If I don't get it off fast enough, it does tend to rip the paper. Okay, let's see if I can get this straight on here again. I doubt it. I'm going to be able to. Okay, I've got to cut out another piece because that is pulling my paper off. So let me die cut another one of these, and I need to do it where I can grab the side of it. So let me cut out another one of these shapes. All right, let's try this again. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I am going to put this in my Versamark first. I'm just gonna try it because I do know that sometimes with darker ink, if I go into the Versamark first, it really holds the ink better. So we're gonna see, maybe it'll make it where it doesn't stick to this as harshly and I can pull that piece off. Oh, much better. Yep. If you're finding that your Stays On is sticky, give that a try. Just put your ink, put your stamp pad in your Versamark first and then stamp it on your paper, or in your ink pad and then to your paper, because I don't know what it is with, and this is a fairly new Stays On, what the deal is that it's super sticky and it's been ripping my paper lately. Okay, so there is that. Then I'm going to use the larger floral image. Okay, like so. And then I need to grab my Calypso Coral. And now on this, there is a little tiny, it's kind of over here to the side. It looks like a little bud, a flower bud. And then you've got the two open flowers. Now on this image here, you can see that it's kind of got a little part of a flower that's just about ready to open. That's where this little part goes into that. You probably already knew that and didn't need me to tell you, but okay, I'm gonna take Calypso Coral. I'm gonna line that little bud up with that floral part there. Okay, and then stamp that down. Give that a second to kind of marinate into that. And there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, we also have some Wink of Stella that I'm going to add to this. But first, I'm going to pop this up on this card with dimensionals. Okay, there is that beautiful little floral image, and I'm going to kind of put that off to the side like so, just like that. Then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to wink this up just in that flower portion. Just give it a little bit of shimmer. And I don't want to leave this little bud out, so I'm going to do it also. So now you can see that there's a little bit of shimmer on those flowers. Hopefully you guys can see it. I never know what angle to hold it at. Then with my petal pink strip here, I'm going to use the sentiment that says, "You're in my thoughts." And again, because I'm going to be using the StazOn, I'm going to go ahead and dip that into the Versamark first. And then just stamp that as close to the right-hand side as possible. Stamp that on that. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to cut this at a slight angle here. And then that is going to get popped up right on the side here. So we need another dimensional on this side and put a little bit of glue on this side. And then that's going to get placed right like that. I don't want it covering up too much of my little leaves here, but just enough to know that you can see that. Okay, there's that. And then I am going to grab, I am using the Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems. I like the black, so that's what I've picked for this. And so I'm going to take a little one and I'm going to put it right in the center of that big flower. Take a gem down there and then a big one and put it right up over here. Just like that. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Linda. Hello, Alma. Welcome, you guys. Have some beautiful cards to show you guys tonight. So there is the front of our card. I'm going to then for the inside of my card, I should have grabbed another little piece of this paper, but I didn't bring the whole paper pack over here. So I'm going to just add this to the bottom here, just like so. Then coming back in with some Calypso Coral. Add another dot of those flowers there, just to give that some carryover from the front of our card. Okay, and then since our outside says "You're in my thoughts," we can say, hello there, I really appreciate you. I think I'm going to leave the inside of this alone, just because we never know who this card is going to be intended for. And because it says you're in my thoughts, that can be used for so many different things. Hello, Debbie. So we are going to adhere this straight inside of here. This can be great for, you know, like a get well card, a sympathy card, anything to that nature. And there we go. There is card number 1. Very simple, very beautiful. Hello, Jerry. Welcome. And it was very easy to put together, as you guys saw. So, and then of course with that wink of Stella on there, that really gives it that extra kind of bling and pop of shimmer to it. So that is card number 1. Okay, let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we're gonna get to card number 2. So I'm gonna show you guys what card number 2 looks like. This is what card number 2 is. I, of course, love the colors of this because you guys know how I'm such a fan of pink. So this is using that Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve. So let's make this card. All right, let me get my envelope out of the materials for that card. Let me clean these off really quick. And of course with Stays On, I'm gonna have to use Stays On remover to get the black Stays On off of there, but that's okay. It's not hurting my stamp at all. Okay. So the base of this card is thick, basic white. What DSP am I using for the cards tonight? I am using 2 different papers. So on that first card, this card here, this piece down here, that's the DSP that I used on that card. That is from the Softly Stippled DSP. This is a part of Celebrations. And it's this one right up here that I'm using. So it's the back side of the floral image. And then for this card here, I am using the Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper. This is gorgeous. Love the colors. You've got some pinks, you've got some blues, greens, and then you've got that wild wheat in there. So this has got some great different colors here. This actually goes with the suite that uses that hummingbird and these dies that I am loving. So it goes with this whole suite collection. So that is that paper. And so I am going to be using this one here, the Moody Mauve, and the one with the little pale, almost like a very dainty kind of little pink flower in with that wild wheat. So my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is the thick basic white. Going to varnish that. So this card again is going to go landscape style. Get all my pieces. So I have a 4 by 5 1/4. We need to run that through the embossing folder again. That 3D, it is, as I'm throwing scraps everywhere. This is the Softly Sophisticated 3D embossing folder. So when I run that through, my piece is going to look like this. That is going to be our first layer. Then my next layer that I'm going to use is this little white piece here. And this is 4 1/4 by 3. And then I've got 2 pieces of my Designer Series paper. These are both 1.5 by 4. And so this one's going to go on the top and this is going to go on the bottom, and it's going to completely cover that white piece there. Then I have a 1-inch 1-inch strip here of the Moody Mauve. This is 1 by 5 1/4. That's just going to go in the center of that bubble bath there. This will lay over the top. So let's go ahead and adhere these 2 pieces. So this one's going to be towards the bottom, and it's just going to line directly up to that white. And that's just regular basic white. That doesn't have to be the thick. Okay, this one, now this is directional, so I am going to watch the directions of those flowers to make sure that I get those going the right way. Okay, get that all the way up there to the top. And now I do see that there is a little white seam in between those, but it's all okay because I'm bringing in, this is that trio of ribbon that came with, let me grab the little package up here. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. This is the, I think this went, I'm trying to think if it went with the balloons. I'm not sure. But anyways, this comes in a 3-pack. It comes in the Azure Afternoon, the Lemon Lolly, and then the Bubble Bath. And it's got a very, very pretty little silver little edging on it. It's very, very pretty and kind of a delicate looking dainty. But then again, I think this Bubble Bath is kind of just a really pretty pale pink. That is going to go right over that seam. So it doesn't matter if you're seeing a little white strip now. We're going to cover that. So with just a length of that, we're going to place this over that seam and tape that to the back. Like so. I like how you're demoing the cards and making it not look like old lady cards. Well, you're welcome, Courtney. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little strip here of the Moody Mauve and just place that right along the center. And that's very crooked. Pay attention to my embossed lines here, and I might get it straight. There we go. That's better. Okay, hold that down since we've got those raised bits from our embossed images there. Make sure we have that down. This is now going to get adhered right to our card base. All right, there's that. This is gonna now get adhered straight down on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, make sure we get that on there straight. Watch both sides. Okay, and I'm gonna hold her. All right, Mary, you have a great evening. Yes, you can definitely catch the replay of this. It will be up for everyone to enjoy. Whether you like to catch me on YouTube or if you want to see all the dimensions and everything over on the blog, you can catch this there, or you can always come back here to Facebook and catch the replay here. All right, there is that. Then I have a circle from my also loved Stylish Shapes dies. I also need this, where's it at? There it is. I'm going to be using this banner here, but I'm going to do a little bit of a trick to shorten that up. So let's do our stamping now. That is there. Let's get, I'm going to need this for my piece there. Bring in my piercing mat. Let's throw these back on here. So with this, I used the second to largest circle to die cut out of my basic white. And then what we're gonna do here is we are gonna use the two different floral images from this. So I'm gonna use this stem here and then the one with all the littler flowers here. And then the little flowers here. And then I might as well mount the sentiment that says hello there. All right, so now I'm going to be using my bubble bath and my wild wheat and moody mauve, which I forgot my moody mauve, so I'm gonna have to grab my mom's, which is fine, and moody mauve. Let's set that one out of this way here. Okay, on our strip here, I'm going to stamp in Moody Mauve the sentiment that says hello there. I'm just going to do it just anywhere on this, as long as I know that I have enough length to die cut that over here. Then I'm done with the Moody Mauve. Then I'm going to use wild wheat. Set this aside with that die because we're going to die cut that. I am going to use that stem in the wild wheat. And I'm just going to stamp this right in the center. And then we've got the little floral images here, and we're going to use Bubble Bath for that. Okay, and again, lining these up on, that's why I kind of like using this lighter color on here, because then I can see through that lighter stamp. Because sometimes if you get dark ink on your flowers, it's hard to see the stems if they're darker than the color that you're using for this. All right, so there is our beautiful little focal image there. Now let me bring in, I'm gonna bring in the mini because I've got stuff scattered everywhere here. And it's a little dusty. I haven't used her in a while. Okay, we're gonna need these two and this one here. Now what I'm going to do is not ruin my card, number one. I'm going to take this little die and I'm going to match it up down here on the H of the hello. I'm going to do that part first, and then I'm going to die cut that. Oops, and see, and I put my handle on the wrong side. Oh well, we'll figure it out here. Okay, have that go through. Sorry that my hand was over that the whole time. All right, now we have that image, but I've kind of got too long of a tail here. So I'm now going to, because this has these little tick marks in there, I can realign it anywhere as long as I match those little tick marks up into this die and have it end where I want it to. So I'm going to go just a little bit further in on this. I think that looks good. And I'm just going to kind of push it into place. Now it's all pushed in to the previous die cut little tick marks. So that's what is holding that there. So now to get rid of that excess off of there, I'm just going to lay that down and we're going to cut it again, because it's not going to cut anything off of this side because that's just free floating in there, but it will cut off the extra that is on this side. Oops, if I can get this in there, there we go. So now when I take this apart, it's going to leave that extra tail over there. Now that is garbage. And then there is my perfect size that I need for this sentiment. So you can do that with any of these to shorten them down. You can even lengthen things as well on those. Okay. So now we're going to bring this in. I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. I'm going to actually do 4 on here. Okay, this is going to go right over here to the side. We're going to keep that centered. So just like that. I'm going to grab another little piece of this ribbon here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to push it underneath this. I'm just going to tie just a cute little bow here, just a knot. Okay. And then we're going to take the little hello there. We're going to put a mini dimensional on this side. And then it's going to be popped up over here. I think I might do one more on that, just more towards the center for a little bit more stability. And then do a little bit of glue over here. Okay, that is going to go right down here. Voila, there is that. Let's grab some of our, where did I put my dimension, or my bling? Where did I put them? The adhesive back sparkle gems. Okay, I'm going to use the silver this time. And I am going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to grab a small little silver. I'm going to stick that right there. Now you could do it in all 3 of your big flowers and that would be beautiful. I am going to take a big one, put right there, and another little one right down here. Just like that. So there is the outside to that card. Now, I wish I would have brought over this paper to do the insides of these, but we'll just go with stamping in the inside. There's nothing wrong with just using good old ink and paper. So we're gonna bring in another wild wheat. Now with this one, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually turn this like that. I'm going to bring another one in up over here. And then one over here. Okay, then I'm going to bring back in Bubble Bath and that floral image. Line these up. Let's get a little bit more ink on there. Make sure she's nice and inked up. And place this there. Okay, let's do it again over here. Okay, and then one more time over here. Just like so. Okay. Then we have just a very simple hello there. So we can say you're in our you're in our thoughts, in my thoughts, or I really appreciate you. I'm gonna do you, I really appreciate you. And I think, what is my last card gonna use? It's gonna use that. So let's take care of this. And I'm going to use the Moody Mauve again. I think it's time to re-ink her Moody Mauve. And we can either come down here, which would be neat because we've got all this going on up here. I'm going to stamp that right there. Because we don't always have to be in the center. Beautiful. Love it. And I love that placement. That just kind of really balances everything out with those colors. Okay. And if you wanted to cut your inside down another 1/4 of an inch, you could do a bubble bath in between this. That would be really pretty. It will make your card a little bit heavier, just to let you know. I always try to be careful with the weight of a card because a stamp will only carry us up to 1 ounce. So you have to be kind of mindful when you're making the weight of a card. Otherwise, you have to add more like a 5-cent or a 2-cent stamp to your cards if it weighs over 1 ounce. So I always try to be careful with adding more and more paper and layers to it. So with just the 1 layer in there, that works. You could also stamp right in the inside of your card base. That would work as well. It looks like I have an ink smudge here. I don't know where her... I know she's got one somewhere, but I'll take care of it later. So there is our second card. I love, love, love the colors. I think it is so beautiful, and it would definitely catch anybody's eye for that. So card number 2. All right, let me move some of my mess here so I can even get to all the stuff for card number 3. I will not be using the adhesive back sparkle gems on my next card, but I will be using some of the Simply Elegant trim. I'm going to be using Mossy Meadow ink and Lost Lagoon ink. So I'm going to move that stuff out of the way. I do need to clean off my stems here because we're going to be using this image again. Look at my little dimensional backings everywhere. I know you guys know that struggle is real. Okay. I do need the hello there again. We're going to take these 2 off. I'll just set those in there. We need this floral image. There. Okay. Now I think we're ready to rock and roll. But I do need to grab the embossing powder. We're going to do some embossing in gold on this next card. Get some of these off. We could use the little pig, but let me grab gold embossing powder. We'll set that aside. We've got our Versamark here. All right. Now, let me show you guys this card. I know I still look like I have a hot mess going on here, and I do, but that's okay. All right, this is the last card that I have come up with. Hello, Patty. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. All right, so this is the last one. I really like the elegance of this card. I think the colors, that Mossy Meadow with that Lost Lagoon, is such a pretty, rich tones together. So we're gonna go ahead and make this very beautiful card. So let me get that out. And do you guys see what I was saying about all these die cut images? Aren't they so cool and how they nest together? So again, this is using that Thoughtful Expressions dies, and now I'm going to be using this one down here. And I will be using this set coming up here pretty soon. I'll be using that bundle. But since this is a Sale-A-Brations item that I'm featuring tonight, I really wanted to show you guys how well it goes with so many of our different products. So this is Lost Lagoon. This is going to be my base. This is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Now we're going to change our orientation and we're going to actually do a portrait style card on this one, since my last 2 have been the landscape style. Okay, we've got all these little bits and pieces here. So what I have done is I have cut a 1 inch by 5 1/4 inch here. And again, using that wonderful, softly sophisticated 3D embossing folder, I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay that, again, watching some of the lines of my little pattern here to make sure that's straight. I'm going to do that, and when I do, I get this piece here that has that embossed on there. We're going to lay that here. Then our next piece is that Designer Series paper. Again, this comes with that Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper. This is the paper that coordinates with that Thoughtful Expressions die and stamp set. So we're going to be using this piece. This is going to go all the way over here and match up Then I have a piece of our gold foil, and the gold foil will match up to my designer series paper, but I'm going to get everything adhered the way that I need to match it all up. So let's go ahead and do the embossed 1-inch piece first. Okay, like so. My designer series paper is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. That I'm going to watch my top, bottom, and my right-hand side for the placement of this one. Holidays seem to take over your life. Hope you're great. I am doing wonderful, Patty. Thank you for asking. Yes, holidays make life a little hectic. I understand that one fully. Okay, so there is the designer series paper. And now I have kind of a bigger gap in between this embossed part and my designer series paper. That's where I'm going to take this little tiny 1/4 inch of a strip here of the gold, and I'm going to place that touching right along my designer series paper here. Now, those of you who ordered my paper share, those should be showing up at your mailbox any day now. Those went out on Friday or Saturday they went out. So you will be getting some of this paper in there. All right, isn't that already just by itself, isn't that gorgeous? Like that could be a card without doing anything to it. And having that go out in the mail. Isn't that beautiful? And that gold foil really just makes everything kind of pop on that card. But you've got so many of the colors going on the designer series paper, and then the dimension with the embossed part there too. But we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. So like I said, with these dies here, I am using the largest one, and I did that on a piece of Mossy Meadow. Then on the second from largest, that is going to be my focal point, and I did the white piece for that. Now you do have some leaves and stuff and some little flowers here that you could do those by themselves. They don't even need to be die cut. Same with the leaves here and this little stem with leaves on it. Those can be just attached anywhere if you wanted to add a little bit more to this. So I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping on my little white piece here. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this bigger leaf portion here with my Mossy Meadow. I thought I stuck my finger in that, but thank goodness I didn't. Grab some of that Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to stamp this right here. Just like that. And you know what? I already did boo-boo. I was supposed to do my sentiment first. But I think if as long as I can find the embossing buddy, we will go ahead and do the sentiment. So let me find, there it is. Let me kind of get that to dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take my embossing buddy. Now what I should have done is I should have stamped in my Versamark and done my embossing first. But we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I don't have to worry about any ink sticking to this or any of my embossing powder sticking to this. I should have done my sentiment first. That's what I'm trying to say. So our sentiment's gonna go right up at the top using my Versamark, and I use the hello there. But hopefully I can just get my embossing powder just on that top portion so I don't have to risk it sticking to any of that mossy. Okay, that looks good. Let's put the lid on this so I don't heat any of that up and move that aside. Now I'm gonna grab my heat tool. And we're going to do heat up this gold embossing powder. Just like that. Okay, there is my embossing buddy. The little powder was on this. Okay, so there we go. That worked out just fine. It didn't stick to any of my mossy, so I got lucky there. But what you want to do is you want to do your Versamark and you want to do your embossing powder first before you stamp your other stuff, unless you have time to let it sit there and dry. But it's always best to do your embossing first so you don't risk it sticking to any of your other ink because it might be wetter than what you think and you don't want that sticking to that. So now I'm coming in with my Lost Lagoon and my flowers here, and I'm going to put those right on here, watching that little flower bud there, just like so. Okay, love those colors together. Okay, give that a couple of seconds to dry there. We're going to now adhere that straight onto my Mossy Meadow layer. And that will lighten up as that dries. That Lost Lagoon and the Mossy Meadow. As you can see on this one, how much lighter it is. As it dries and as it marinates into that paper, it really changes the color where it matches everything. Okay, let that adhere. Now I'm gonna come in with some of this Simply Elegant trim. And I'm just gonna use some of the gold here. And I'm gonna just take my fingers, pinch it, and kind of just straighten it out a little bit so it doesn't have that curve. And then just with a very, very tiny bow here. Okay, you guys see that I'm getting better with bows? I'm not so intimidated anymore with the bows. Okay, let's cut off a little bit of this over here. Okay, let's put that away. And then I need my mini glue dot. And I'm gonna roll it up like a little taco. Just push it all together. It makes like a little tiny, whoops, where are you guys at? It makes like a little tiny taco or taquito. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of that, just that little dot of glue, mini glue dot. And that is what's going to hold that little bow right there on the end of that stem. Isn't that cute? Ooh, love it. All right, then using my festive pearls, we have The Festive Pearls are in the annual catalog. These come in the red, I'm gonna say that's probably Pool Party, but I'm sure it's probably something like Lost Lagoon, and then gold and silver, but we're gonna use the gold. I think these were probably intended to be more for like Christmas, but you know what? We can still use them all year long. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking 3 of the little gold ones. I'm just placing all 3 of those in the center of that flower. And that's what I'm doing for my embellishments. Okay. And then on my little packets here, I just slice the bottom. I just take my scissors and I just cut it open, and then I can slide these back in there. So then they stay nice in this protective little sleeve, so they don't get stuck to other things and jumbled around in the little tray that I keep them in. All right, now this is gonna go here, but again, we're gonna pop this up. We want a little bit of dimension going on here. I think I'm going to use about 5 dimensions. Oops, I think it's raining outside. I think I can hear it hitting the roof. Yes, I would have never thought to put these 2 colors together, but then once I saw them in this paper, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to make a card with those colors because it is just too gorgeous not to share with you guys. Okay, so there is that. Let's do the inside. Now, for some weird reason, I decided to grab a piece of designer series paper for the inside of this one. Who knows where my brain was? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this little strip. Let's see what we think. Let's just lay this white piece, this white layer in here and see if we like it over there, or do we like it over here? I think I kind of like it over here. So I'm going to take just a little bit of glue and just run down the side of my inside layer. And leaving about 1/8 of an inch of white showing. Oh, see, Patty likes it on the left too. Well, good. I think it just kind of spreads the love of that designer series paper around. Let's see. Do we want to put a... I think I'm going to actually put my finger right in that ink. That's not what I meant to do, but we're going to go ahead and stamp this on the inside also. I'm going to go right like that. Okay, let's do the flowers again. Okay, bringing in Lost Lagoon. And let's find where we gotta place these. Hello, Karen. Okay, let's line this all up. Give that a second to marinate. And voila. Now again, we put hello there on the outside. So for the inside, either one of these will work. You're in my thoughts, or I really appreciate you. I think I'm gonna do, you're in my thoughts. Hello there, you're in my thoughts. I don't know, hello there almost seems kind of cheery. That you're in my thoughts kind of seem like if somebody's kind of down and you're, you know, saying some prayers for them, or they're just really heavy on your mind or whatever. I guess we could do hello there. I really like that. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to leave it alone because I can't decide. And that way, if this is one of the cards for the giveaway, you can put your own sentiment in the inside of this. All right, let's go ahead and, because it's too pretty that I want you guys to be able to use it. And sometimes, you know, you find a card, like you go to, I know this was before I was a card maker, but when I used to go to the store to buy a, like just a general card for like birthday or whatever, I would find a card that I would like on the outside, but then the sentiment in the inside, was just not what I wanted it to be. It was just either too sappy or whatever, because I'm not a savvy person, but it would just be not what I wanted it to say in the inside. So I really like, if I'm sending cards out to people for you guys to reuse, I kind of don't like to put sentiments in them, because then you can use whatever stamp sets you have to make it fitting for the person you need to mail it to. So that's why I'm going to leave that one alone too. All right. So there are our 3 cards for tonight. I absolutely am in love with this set. Again, this cannot be bought. This has to be earned. This is a level 2 Sale-A-Brations item. Again, it is called the Softly Sophisticated. It is a stamp set and a 3D embossing folder combo. So that is wonderful. Again, like I was telling you guys though, if you do place an order of close to, you know, $100 or more, join my team. It is a wonderful time to join the team. You can pick between those options of either getting the glass mat, or you can add an extra $30 to your already pickings of $125 worth of product. It is one of those great things that when you join the team, you will be able to get these items added to your upcoming purchases. Also, you're going to get a discount on all your upcoming orders as well. So just to let you guys know. All right, you guys, let's put these cards all back out there and show you guys the beautifulness of what was created tonight. All right, there you go. So be sure to go into my online store, purchase $35 or more. Use my host code. If your order is over $150, do not use my host code. You're going to still get this kit from me, but you're also going to get some Stampin' Up! Rewards, and I want you to have those. So yes, this is this week's Make It Monday, Softly Sophisticated. So place your order online by Saturday the 27th midnight to receive this kit in the mail. So I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. I hope it showed you a couple of different ways of using this stamp set and you have fallen in love with it as much as I have. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. I will be live on Thursday for the lovely lavender, my alternatives for that paper pumpkin kit. Also, don't forget to get your cards submitted for mystery stamping. I will be doing the drawing around 6 p.m. my time, Mountain Time, on Wednesday, the 24th. And I will be posting the winner over on Pink Barn Stampers Group. That is my private group where you submit your cards at. All right, you guys, take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.